much. Oh, just the vibes. The Google Chrome signs me out like daily, and then I have two-factor authentication on. It's so annoying to sign back in every single day. Also, so I had the whole reason I went to the dentist last week was because I chipped a tooth. They were thankfully able to just put a filling in it, but I had another chipped, like it wasn't into the tooth too much, but it was a chipped tooth that they put another filling. So I had five. Other than I had three cavities, I think. So I had five fillings. My jaw is still periodically sore. Morning, Huey. How are you? Oh, just vibing. Doing great. Doing great. All right, I need these off. Morning, Squire. Yeah. Dude, I got I got on TikTok this morning while waking up, and it was TikTok decided that they were gonna just stream the Tom Brady roast, um, and it was just one of the parts of Tom Brady's roast. Yeah, everybody was. There was one about like someone went up and was like, "Tom, I don't know how you got into a cryptocurrency scam." Even Gronk was like, "I know that not real money." I was dying. All right, let's get a little top down ski going. Um, Strat says bullish right now. in in force on everything. Um, this needs to not be that actually. Month, month, day. Although I kind of would prefer to see us have more downside, but I understand if we're not going to right now. Inside month, I would not be surprised to see us stay inside month and then catapult one way with the federal funds rate next month. Alrighty. Looking left. Ooh, inside a fat fair value gap from mid-April. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to the daily just because of how it ended, but yeah, 2-2 continuation to the upside, but 2-2's not a strat signal. Really, if I was trading strat on the daily, there would be no trades today. Just simply 2-2 continuation on the daily and on the week. I'd be waiting for that for tomorrow if I was trading the daily time frame. Hourly, probably the same thing. I'm probably going to wait till 10 o'clock and try to snipe that 2-2 continuation to the upside, and that would yield a beauty. Looking to target probably top of the fair value gap's 250. Next fair value gap's 340, and then ultimately probably trying to sweep this at 700s, but that's a very high time frame. That's probably in the next week or two. Mm-hmm. Yep. What time? Oh, right here. 151. Oh. Is it NQ at 151? It's the only one. What was that, Huey? Yeah, it's the close of one candle and the open of the next. Right, Squire, the resident ICT. Yeah, that would be certainly a target. Ultimately, 350s is probably, that would be magnitude for strat. Mm-hmm, yeah, 350.75, but call it 351. Yeah, yeah, magnitude, TP, same thing. They like to use fancy words sometimes. All right, where are we? Outside bar for a little bit here. Morning, Deontay. Royce said, fighting the 50-day average across all indexes. Think this week going to be a lot of liquidity hunt and chop. Morning to you too. It could be. I don't know. Usually when we chop, it's because we're waiting for something, and we're not waiting for anything for a couple weeks. So I don't think there should be chop. But what do I know? I'm just a silly boy. right, still gonna be waiting for about 5 minutes. I saw it was 9:40. Mr. Unemployed, can you explain why you wouldn't trade today based on the daily? I missed what you said making coffee. Yeah. Just because if this was the 15, 5, and 1 minute chart, I would be waiting for the next 1 minute candle. So if I was trading the strat today, only like if I was trading strat based on daily candles, opening and closing based only on daily candles, I would be waiting for the 222 continuation or probably that. Yeah. I mean, maybe a 2-2 reversal because the low of today is going to be the low of the week, obviously, since today's the first day of the week. So just based on that. A lot of weekly setups this week. Double inside on Avgo. Just gonna look through these somewhat quickly. Google real tight week last week. Looking maybe for a 2-1-2 up. Meta already went 2-1-2 up. So did Microsoft. So clearly the NQ's looking for hires today. Pepsi went 2-1-2 up. Failed to currently. Clean this off. Oracle went 2-1-2 up on the daily. When's earnings for them? Earnings is until mid-June for them. Microsoft curling back up. New 15-minute candle coming in. Interested Verizon short. Don't care for Walmart. Don't care for that. Don't care for that chop. This one could be interesting. Keep an eye on it. And I wonder if these are setups. These weren't in the top of the section. I wonder if the scan's incorrect there. Because that maybe it's showing last week's setups. Looks like it. That Boeing trade short was a great one. 212 up on Baba. Interesting, actually. Almost done here. Just scanning through. If there's no strat signal, it gets off. Or if the strat signal's looking kind of weak, also off. This is a 2-2 continuation, but a weekly 2-2-2. Goldman Sachs, not too interested in this. Had the monthly trigger, but would have just been an equity trade. I really just don't like it because it's at all-time highs. Good for them, bad for me. Home Depot, nah. Yeah. If it doesn't jump out at me immediately, then it's probably not a great looking setup, which is something you can take to your own trading. If something doesn't immediately jump out at you that it looks like a great setup, then it's likely that you're trying to force something to be a good setup. Pfizer longs. Procter Gamble, no thanks. QCOM, no thanks. Tesla longs, pass. I will be interested in Tesla for equities over 200 though. Get a strat setup going at least. TNT, no thanks. TSM, no thanks. All right. Back to the day trading. 212 up on the 5 on NQ. Still inside though.
Yeah, I'm waiting on this 15 to go 2 up.
Yeah. Looks like it wants it here. 18100s. Gotta watch for the liquidity sweep. Gold dropping it like it's hot right now. Holy smokes. Nothing on gold yet, but I'm watching. What did he sweep so far? Meta did trigger. Where's Meta? And move that over. Could get a 3-1-2 up here on NQ. Or just a 3-2 up. Some orders stacking up at 12s right now. Finger on the trigger again in longs. Just kind of seeing if it's going to actually break or if it's just going to sweep liquidity up here above 100s. Technically, that's a valid strat signal, but this is where a little bit of experience comes into hand, and especially knowing where the signal is happening. It happening at a psych level is going to be a little lower probability than if it happened bouncing off the 50s, right? So if it's bouncing off the 100s or it's bouncing off the 50s versus hitting it, then it's going to be a higher probability if it's bouncing off of it.
Jesse, did you scan for any swings?
Yeah, we already went through those.
Was Costco on your list?
It was on the scan. I wasn't interested in it. Yeah. I think it needs to come back a little bit for me to be interested. It is valid longs on the monthly. John Choya, you still in CVX? Sorry. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I am not. I have not been in CVX. Actually kind of feeling a short here, but I'm going to wait for the next 15-minute candle. This is a lot of stop rates here. But this is where the question comes in. Are we going up to go down, or are we going down right now to go up again? That's where the judgment will come. Certainly looking short, though. just going to be watching for now. Does anyone smarter with tech than me know how to split up? Can I split up like Discord volume and YouTube volume on OBS without a physical mixer? I don't know, there's 60 or 70 people watching right now. I wonder if anyone knows that. I'd like to listen to music, but it's going to get my stream not even demonetized. I think it gets blocked. New hourly candle coming in 2 minutes as well. I wonder if we're going to make a push for a 2 up on the hour and 4 hour. Minute 55 probably before any new trades. Might take a stab at some Q calls. If this goes 2 up, I'm probably going to grab some Q calls with this 5-minute ending of failed 2. Just based on the hourly, looking for that to go 2 up as well. All right, got the Q 439s. At 0.62. Finger on the buy button. Short here. I'm in on Q. 1150 is my average. 111.5. I caught an outside bar. Lovely. Stopping out here, 12.5. 3-2 down. Staying in these calls because those are at 0.6 still. GE. GE is just so straight up since September or October of 22. Let's see. Kind of unfortunate. I caught the outside bar there, but it is what it is. I will almost always get stopped out if the candle that I enter on goes outside. That is just a fact of the strat. And like we talked about on Thursday last week, you have to accept the risk when you enter. And that is the risk. Probably going to wait for this to go back and forth and then look to get back in. The hourly is 2 up. So hourly and 4 hour, both 222 continuations up. Could be interested to find if this is going to be a magnet this morning. It's fair value gap that was created at the opening bell. Looking like a failed 2 right now. Oil valid longs, 212 up. Gold looking long, NQ looking short again. Probably a minute till I'm interested in shorting that. All right, looking short on NQ. It is really struggling at these 100s. Might be finding the base here. ES looks a little cleaner. Might just switch to ES. That was not ES. I am in NQ long 106. I'm looking to get long on ES. Sorry, 105. Filled long on ES long, 85, 75. I probably will not keep both of these, but we'll see. $10 on NQ. I'm going to take... I'll keep it on for now. Take an ES off at break even. And Q just hit break even as well. I was on the wrong chart on my trade manager when I hit buy. And it was still on NQ. So I didn't really mean to buy into NQ, but it worked out. 3-2 up was ended up being the trigger there. Got the 2-bar on the 5. 7 minutes left on this 15. Just looks like another liquidity sweep up there. Equanimity said, why is this looking short? Everything is green and it is 2 up on the day and weak LFT. Weak left. It's because I don't really care about what the day is, because I'm trading for, I mean, that last trade was 2 minutes, if that. So I don't really care as much what the day is doing. Obviously, if I'm trying to catch the overall trend, it's probably long, but if I look at the daily chart, you know, there's failed 2s in here too. So, you know, if I was on Thursday only looking short, I mean, I would have missed out on 300 points possible. So right now, the correct call, if you're looking 15-hour day, you are correct. You're not looking for shorts. But for me, I'm looking 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. So I really only care what these 3 time frames are doing. Maybe the hour and 4 hour as well. Volume mixer and Windows setting. I believe you can on OBS. Forgot the way to set it, but it won't stream the music. I'll Google it. Appreciate it. Looks like it's struggling again. Back at the 100s. Looking short. I'm chasing this a little. 95.50 short. 1 bar rev strat here. Looking for this to go 3-2. If not, I'm in danger. There it goes. Calls are at 50. Probably need to close these. Yeah, this is looking short. out of those Q calls at 50. Probably going to pick up some puts. Finger on the close on NQ here. Want this to go 2 down. Two minutes left on this. Taking a little bit at 5 points. Just taking a little risk off the table. I am going to add under this low here, 86. just for the full breakout if it goes. Stops up to that current candle high now. It's flirting with wanting to go down, but might not have the strength yet. 30 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. Didn't get stopped out yet. I have it one tick above 96.75 as my stop. Stopped out. Pretty flat trade there. New 15 are coming in. I hope Top Step X announces ATM strats today. Oh, that would be nice. That would be very nice. Bouncing off this fair value gap currently. See if it can stay under 100, then I'm looking short still. Gold looking short. ES at high a day. Yeah, this might be a day I switch to ES. No trades until something's in force on the 5 and the 15. Feel like today's been choppy so far, so just going to be waiting for a trade to slap me in the face. Gold does look pretty good. Yeah, debating getting in gold here. Just got tagged in 23.34.2 short on gold, 2-2 reversal, 2-1-2 down on the 1, 4-point stops. Short. And literally everybody can get a better fill than me right now. Come back to NQ. NQ's dropping off the planet. Okay. I am in NQ short, 82.75. Gold. I got bottom tick filled. That's awesome. NQ was in force on all time frames, and I found the failed 2 again. Giving it this fair value gap at least to work out. Down only about 6 points right now. ES is starting to curl as well. 2-1-2 down on ES. Lots of setups going on. $20 on a 5-minute candle here. My stop will be if it pretty much goes 2 up here. 15 minutes in force on the 2-2 reversal. So I only really get stopped out if the price action stops me out, which is how I want to do it. Back to about break even on NQ. One minute has invalidated the short, but I want to stick to this 15-minute at least. Looks like I probably could have saved some there, bro. But gold is also looking decent here. Gold in profits. NQ flirting with stop loss. Kind of just a mixed bag on the Mag 7 right now. Amazon's been completely flat since Friday. Apple looking short. Meta just went or Microsoft just went 3 up. Meta's short. Nvidia is a failed 2 down. Amazon's inside, and Tesla is short. So literally just a mixed bag right now. It's hitting this 100 level again. Gold going in profits here. Minute 15 left on the 5-minute candle. Inside bar still. All right, stopped out NQ. Gonna close gold, break even. Down about 5 ticks. Actually, yeah. All right, that's 2. I did stick to the 15 or the 5-minute there. Usually I'd say I'd switch to the 5-minute only. But the 5 was, I guess the 5 was just a 2-2, but I found a failed. Just flirting with these 100s still. Probably could have stayed in gold. Yeah, probably might be an ES switch here. 2-1-2 up. Gold did go short. Just gonna sit hands on butt for now. Just some wild moves right now. Wild moves to go nowhere, really. New 15-minute candle coming. Might just be a wait and watch day.
We've been busting our ass on this, working on this for quite some
Gonna be inside 15 for quite a while. Oil must have had news. A little jump up here at 10:30. The Top Step announcement was Top Step X. Just them going public with it. They are running sales on it. They said I'm looking it up right now. Discount is $19 for. Here, I'm trying it out here. Oops. So the 50K combine is $19. 150K combine is $100. Or 100K combine. 100K combine is not working. 150K combine is $119. So it looks like the best values, the 50K combine is $19. Well, too bad they announced it on like the worst day price action wise possible. It crashed. I think it crashed their website. Maybe. Forger, how much does Top Step cost if you pass the challenge? 150. Joseph, do you keep the 10 Top Step accounts once they pass? Well, you would, but you can only have 3 active at a time. So let's say you pass 10, and then you pay the eval fee. You won't pay. You can either pay the subscription over and over and over again, which, let's say you pass the 50K account, you'd pay $19 a month and have that as a back burner XFA is how that would work. So not a bad idea to load up some accounts, you know. Okay, so it's only 3. That's what I've heard, yeah. I don't think they'll change that soon. They're not like other they're not like other firms where they pay out only from evals. They also want you to go live funded. So for them to do that, you know, them giving you more than 3 accounts would be a liquidity issue at some point. Can you use Tradeovate with TopStep X? No. TopStep X is its own platform. It is better than Tradeovate, hands down. Trade copying, you have the depth of market built in, included in the price, everything like that. Yeah, Tradeovate is inferior to TopStep X for sure. You can have brackets on TopStep X. It uses Trading View, has a lockout button, the whole thing. Yeah, that's what I use on TopStep. I use TopStep X. So switched over to Ninja last week, never going back. Yeah. Well, except they're the same company now, but yeah. I hate how you can't use bracket orders on Tradeovate. It's silly for group mode. It's silly. But you can do it on TopStep X. Very, very easy. So you get a $30 savings on the 150K combine, a $30 savings on the it's a $30 savings. But obviously the best deal would be to have the 50Ks. Forger sale ends on, I think they said Sunday. Why would you buy 10 accounts if you can only pass 3? Well, number one, if you don't pass 3, which hopefully you do, but and then second, you lock in the value like Joseph just said. And then third, if you do pass all 10, you'll have backups to your XFA accounts. So yeah, it's a really good deal. Whether you do the, 50K, 100K, or 150K. Obviously, everybody needs to know that you do still pay the full price of the activation fee, so make sure you have that, even though the evals are cheap. But if you've been trading with any prop firm who runs those big deals, you'll know that. But like I said, they unfortunately, obviously, they couldn't have known that, but ran it on a pretty bad, ran that deal on a pretty bad price action day. Mr. Unemployed, maybe one day you can do a video of your trade setup. I'm looking to build a PC this summer and have a proper monitor set. Well, I can. Let me make sure I'm not going to dox myself here. All right. Forger, so there's no way to use Tradeovate with Top Step X because is the correct. Needing the extra funded accounts doesn't mean that you'd lose a lot of the 150 funded fees. Well, your the funded fees are when you fund the account. You don't. So if you pass 10 accounts, you don't pay 150 times 10. You would pay 150 times 3. And then you would pay the $19 a month for the rest of the accounts, is how that would work. Can you repeat that? Yeah. So if you buy 10 accounts and you pass 10, you only pay the activation fee to activate 3 of the accounts because you can't have more than 3 funded accounts. So you pay 3 of them. And then the other 7 are, you would just pay the monthly fee and they would just be in reserves essentially, is how that works. Just making sure I'm not going to dox myself here. Okay, and you take them on reserves because paying 19, right, correct, yes. There goes gold. And Q breaking down a little bit here. Not really doing anything here. ES is starting to curl down, which means I'm attracted to this thing going short. Maybe going to take this 3-2 down. Mr. Unemployed, your comment. I had to make sure I wasn't doxing myself, but I just shared it in trading chat what my setup is. But this has been a work in progress. I mean, people make a lot more money than me with a lot less of a setup, but this is what's worked well for me for a little bit. I do want to change the bottom 3 monitors to be eventually like just one 49-inch wide monitor. but just because it is kind of a lot, and I kind of want to get a little more simple, which is I kind of do that in my trading too, but go from complicated to simple, then meet somewhere in the middle. I like the TVs up top. I usually have Discord, then if I'm trading on Ninja Trader on my 2R accounts, then I'll have that up on the top right. But I traded those last night. And then usually I have my options broker up, and then that's usually either the left screen or the top left screen. And then yeah, kind of how you see it there is kind of how it is. Usually YouTube up top left. Yeah, complete barcode on NQ and ES this morning. Could just stop at the 2 losses. Mr. Unemployed said, I just need some ideas. I run Thinkorswim and Tradevate and chart on TradingView. Yeah, that's pretty much the setup I have. I did it with 3 monitors for a long time. I didn't have the TVs up top. I might have had just 2. No, I think I've had 3 for a long time. Center screen and then a couple on the others. One on each side of the middle screen. My brother has he has a 49-inch, the one I'm looking at. Then he has like two vertical ones, and then I would do another 49 on top, but that might be too much too. I did have some Sonos speakers in here as well, just for bumping the music while I'm either grinding out lessons or whatnot. But that has since gone to the garage because the baby's room is right above my office, so I can't really bump the music as much anymore. Oil looks short. This might just be a red day. Add it to the tally. I don't have many of them on the year, but I'm starting to be okay with having them more, because sometimes I've gotten myself in trouble by being barely red. Maybe I'm down 1R or 1.5R, and then I want to just force trades to get to green so that I don't have to say, oh, it's a red day, when in reality usually I get myself deeper in red, and would have been more than happy to have said that was just barely a red day compared to the aftermath that happens after. So kind of just watching here, no forcing. I'll be on baby duty, but I might take a look here or there and see what happens, but yeah, kind of, trash trading conditions here this morning, which can be sometimes expected out of Mondays, but especially Mondays with no news. So I was really hoping we'd kind of catch the move from Friday, because Friday didn't really do a whole ton either. It's kind of just, everything happened Wednesday and Thursday. I guess it was Thursday. Yeah, and Wednesday. I had a great day on Wednesday, and sometimes it's hard, especially I'll kind of get on my soapbox of the week here, but sometimes it's hard to see, the light at the end of the tunnel, or know that you're good at what you do or good at trading and whatnot just because you had a red day. But literally 2 trading days ago, I was heavy green. I had 2 trades that net me 4.5 R, or about 4 R. So me being down about 1.5, a little over that right now, is nothing in comparison. Still very green on the month. And I think that's what matters most. A lot of people can get really fixated on days instead of looking at, I was green on the week, or I was green on the month, or even the quarter, or even the year. The more short-sighted you are in this trading world, the harder this is going to be for you. But I do wish this thing would go short. Lots of 3-ballers, lots of faileds here. Awesome. Some questions here. 49 inch, like the curved monitors. Yeah. So these monitors are 32 inch curves. So I have 3 of them. So a 49 inch would obviously be smaller, space wise. So I might get a 49 inch, then maybe that's it. But, yeah, so I like it. Nick said, yeah, the denial acceptance phase sucks. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hard, especially if you're short-sighted. My Funded Futures actually is the only firm I've seen that on Ninja Trader tracks your P&L more than just the day. So, if it shows me that I'm green, even if I take a loss, it's like barely a dent in how green I am on the actual account, which I like a lot. And sometimes it's hard to see that, but Jesse, do you risk a percent of your entire portfolio per trade, or a percent of your account? Percent of my drawdown. And typically I don't copy more than 5 at a time. It kind of depends on the day, especially a day like today. Like I have my 2R accounts, and those are done. Those hit 2R last night. I was doing some trading in the evening time, which is not something I like to do, but sometimes it's something that happens. So those accounts are done, but I am red on the ones I've copied and traded today, obviously. And that includes my Top Step X accounts, which I trade on. But yeah, that's just me personally. I will send that out, or answer that with a disclaimer that you can bring in a couple thousand a month with just one account, even if it's a 50K account. So I think the struggle that a lot of people get into here, and this is going to replace the answer of how many funded accounts I have, because I have more than enough to make a monthly income. I have more than 5. I'll say that. I'm not maxed out on Apex. Don't claim to be. I'm at a psychological impasse with Apex. Where I can't copy trade that many accounts and do well right now. So, I'm working on maxing out with the firms that allow 3. And I am with multiple firms. But so what I was getting at is I think the struggle that a lot of people get in is they buy, 20 Apex accounts evals, and then they fund 20 Apex account evals. So they spend, whatever, 20 or what is that? Yeah, $2,000 on just funded account activation fees. And then they blow the account, and then they have to spend another $2,000 the next time they pass 20 accounts. Versus if you start with just one account and make it to a $2,000 payout, you're very net green with that prop firm, and that is the goal. So I am net green with every prop firm I work with currently. That might not be true. I don't know if I was net green with my forex funds. I am net green with the ones I work with now, I should say. It's 11, yeah. Yeah, nothing happened. But yeah, Forger, you don't need to have you can make I would say 5 figures a month with depending how aggressive you are with 3 accounts. If you're very low risk, then obviously probably not. But 2-1-2 down on the 15. But yeah, I think there is a kind of a standard set incorrectly by people that if you do this for a living, you probably have 50 accounts or whatever, 20 accounts funded, and I don't, and I could stop streaming and teaching and do this. I'd probably actually make more money if I didn't alert. But for right now, I enjoy teaching, and until someone ruins that experience for me, which has almost happened recently, then I'll keep teaching. That's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, you can do this as a living if you have 2 funded accounts, probably, but it'd be very stressful. I'd probably, yeah, I appreciate that. Mr. Unemployed, why do you say that? Alerts distract. Well, it just takes me time. The ATMs are helping me lately, but it just takes time to alert. Type it out. It'd be a lot easier if I just clicked buttons and made money. So, just some people that just, one bad apple kind of ruins it for me, and it's kind of a psychological thing. They just poured a lot of time into some people and not a lot of gratitude received. And the guy who's probably listening to this, he says he listens to all of mine. It's not really all you, but yeah, just, it's mostly that. Just a lot of not a lot of reward for what I spend or try to help people with. I spend, for this person, probably spent how many hours are in a week? Probably 10 hours a week, so 500 plus hours in the last year with them. They've told me I won't go in too much detail, but yeah, probably 500 plus hours, and just, kind of set that they kind of just expect it. And they don't pay me at all. And then I had one day like 2 weeks ago that was a poor day, and then they just sent me DMs just kind of, blaming me for it. Yeah. And that was just like, okay, I've spent 500 plus hours with you, then you DM me that I lost you money Yeah. So, but you know, for every one of those, there's 5+ people on this call right now that are, you know, very nice to me and say they're thankful for the stuff I've done for them. But you know, it's kind of also tied into the psychology of trading. Like, you know, a loss hurts a lot more than the wins do. So, you know, the loss emotionally with that person hurts a lot more than the 5 wins of people telling me I help them. I'm kind of getting a little deep there and maybe a little dramatic, but right, right, right. Yeah, we talked about it on was it with you, Mr. Unemployed, and Forager? It's not you, man. Yeah, you just recently joined. This person's like an OG, and it's not you. Whoever's, you know who you are. You're probably gonna DM me. It's not you. Um, Mr. Forager said, or Mr. Unemployed, a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, was talking about, you know, he was sitting on the sidelines when it was a really easy day. And you know, there's 2 things to that. Number one is we talked about risk. When we enter a trade, we have to be okay with the risk and the outcome. I am not okay risking my money right now. You know, even the 2-1-2 down here. If I lost on a third trade here with knowing what I'm seeing right now, the risk to reward emotionally, because risk to reward's not just monetary gain, right? It's also emotional. So if I'm down 2R, let's just round up and say I'm down 2R, and on certain accounts, and I go and I force 2 more trades, is the reward to me being break even emotionally higher than the risk of me being down 4R now? And the answer is absolutely not. I wouldn't even really be happy with just break even. I'd probably force another trade to be green on the day, and even then I'm like, I'm only up half R, or I'm only up 1R. Versus if I'm down 4R, I'm gonna, you know, pout and be a little upset about it. So same thing with that, you know, the one bad apple kind of hurts. But I do appreciate everybody in here who's and we kind of talked about it last week with Jason. Jason's an OG, Jason LS. I think he's in here. So yeah, that's I wouldn't say I was super close to quitting, but certainly hurt my motivation to help teach. But there's my main motivation to teach are there's good people out there, you know, like you, Huey, and Jason, and Mikey and Danny, and you know, Mr. Wilson wasn't here for a long time. He's going through some stuff on the back end. There's good people who I know that what I know can change their life, and you know, whether it's go on an extra vacation a year or, you know, save for their college kids' funds or whatever. I know that what I know in my brain and my execution, how I trade, if I can teach someone to do that for themselves, it could change their life, and good people deserve to have an easier life. If you're a trash person, sorry, I don't really want to teach you, which is probably not the Christian thing to say, but yeah. Well, before we all start sending each other love notes, I'm going to end it here. This is a trash morning. I'm glad we got to talk about stuff other than trading, but love you all. Thankful for you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Daddy said, who the fuck has feelings? Weird. Yeah, true. I have feelings towards this NQ chart. It makes me want to punch a hole through my monitor. Soft. Yeah, true. Yeah, eventually we'll get some people to talk in these things while I'm trading, kind of fill in the void, fill in the the lack of me just saying new 5-minute candle coming in. Nick, bring it in. Nice. I'm back testing fading forex bros alerts. I should probably look at my YouTube chat too. Brad Wall, I hit like. Where else are you streaming? I stream everywhere, but YouTube and Twitch for free. Thankfully, not me. I loved Expo. Love you too. Wall Street G. What was Top Steps big news? They're running up to 80%, 87% off their evals. Using code TopStepX, or not their evals, only their TopStepX evals. Yeah, Brad, shoot me a DM if you need to, man. I will say this: I am 0 for 3 today, and I'd rather be 0 for 3 in this chat than 0 for 3 alone. Facts. Yeah, I think, and that is back to, I've had this discussion a couple times. You know, the value of community. If you're in a loss streak, it is a lot harder to do it without community. I'll never trade without a community ever. You know, I'll have my lads with me. Even when I am done on Discord, whenever that time does come, I'll still trade with people because community is vital in this, especially if you go through a loss streak. You know, when everything's sunshine and rainbows, you're like, whatever, this is easy. Then when next day, when, you know, on Wednesday, you know, when I could just hit buy or sell and instantly be up 20 points in seconds, easy. Like, you know, I don't need a community. And then today, you know, down a couple trades, it's going to be a lot harder to get out of that psychologically, especially if you're already battling stuff psychologically. So much love, Danny. Hope everything's going well with you and the baby. Max is currently sleeping, which is good. We're trying to train him to sleep during this window. So I think he's still asleep. Nope, he's not. My wife has him. Alrighty. Love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be in chats. If you need anything, shoot me a message in chats or in DMs. J Will, I just saw yours. I'll respond to it here in a little bit. Alrighty. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.